Mi gente, este es el cónsul para Trap House Latino. Nos encontramos en el Hotel San Juan, Omar Ortiz en la cámara. Y aquí tenemos al artista J.I. Nice to meet you. Placer de conocer. El pana habla un poco español, hablaremos español, hablaremos inglés, también hablaremos Spanglish. Así que déjense llevar. Saluda a Gaby Acevedo que está por ahí en la casa. Welcome to Puerto Rico. Bienvenido a Puerto Rico. Esta es la primera vez. This is your first time in the island?
Yeah, no, this is my first time.
Your first time?
Yeah.
But your family are from Puerto Rico?
Yeah, I forgot what they're like 3 hours out from San Juan.
3 hours?
Yeah.
No sabes si es para el este o oeste. You know, Fajardo, Mayagüez, Ponce.
I think Ponce, but I don't want to just say.
Okay.
And they're not from over there, but I don't know. I'm
okay.
not sure.
Pues son de aquí de Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Pero tú eres de Brooklyn, New York.
Yeah, Crown Heights.
El pana es de Brooklyn, New York. Okay, tell me a little bit about your beginnings. Yo vi un video, I saw a video of you doing like freestyle in the street when you were about 14.
Yeah. Like a rap battle, I think.
Yeah, you kind of like a rap battle.
Yeah, that I got like my first opportunity when I was 14. That was when I went on the TV show, The Rap Game. And I had the afro, right?
Tenía como un pelo bien puffy.
Yeah.
Sí.
So I used to like freestyle a lot. And my approach towards making music was different. I wasn't really, you know how now I sing. And
Exactly.
I got the melodies. Back then it was just bar for bar, boom, bap. But, I mean, I feel like, I don't know, it helped develop my craft in a way. Because it's like, I just had a drive for music. I had a drive to want to be successful.
You want to be successful. Él estuvo en una competencia de Jermaine Dupri, un artista productor bien famoso en Estados Unidos del área de Atlanta, Georgia. Jermaine Dupri, una competencia que se llamaba The Rap Game. You didn't win the competition, no ganó, but it helped you get exposure, ¿verdad?
Yeah.
Do you gain a lot of exposure from that competition?
That was the whole point of kind of going on. Because I saw like, I went on the second season. So before I went on, I kind of saw how the artists who went on the first season gained exposure. And it kind of put them in a different predicament as far as where their music was. So I saw that and I was like, at this point I don't even want to win, I just want the exposure.
Just want the exposure.
And that's pretty much it. I jumped on it and it kind of got me like 400,000 followers. So, I mean, it got me a lot of exposure.
Y a veces, sí, todos queremos ganar. We always want to win. I mean, I don't know anybody who chooses to lose. But sometimes not winning, but getting exposure is winning. That's the way I see it.
Yeah.
Cuando tú creciste en Brooklyn, what rappers did you grow up with? Being from the East Coast and being from New York, I'm from New York too. I'm from the Bronx, and you know, being in the Bronx, siempre yo escuchaba rap music. But maybe the people that I listen to probably a little different than you. Who you listen to?
I grew up listening to DMX, Big Pun.
DMX.
Big Pun. I was a big
Big Pun. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace for sure. Jay-Z, Nas. I was really a Tupac and Eminem fan.
Tupac and Eminem.
I love Tupac a lot, and Eminem I love just because of his story and how he came up. And 8 Mile used to be like my favorite movie. I used to watch 8 Mile every day, a movie he was in. But I grew up listening to more of hardcore hip hop. Because when I started rapping, I felt like, I felt like it was right for me to dig in the roots and find out, you know, like who came before me, who were the artists that led the way, paved the way.
Amen.
You feel me?
I feel you. Now, ¿cómo tú llevas esa transición? How you go from spitting bars to changing the delivery to more like it's hip hop? I listen to your music. It reminds me of those hip hop beat that I used to grow up with. You know, you keeping the New York essence, pero you more like singing instead of rapping. ¿Cómo fue esa transición? How you went from rapping hardcore to kind of more mellow, but still the lyrics you keep in the street?
I say maybe around the age of 16. That's when I kind of stopped making music. I took a pause because I went on the TV show at 14. So from 14 to 16, I was making music now and then. I wasn't really consistent. That was my biggest flaw. Around the age of 16, I kind of just fell into like a whole different state of mind and depression. And I didn't really care for music anymore. So from 16 to 17, that's kind of when it was quiet. But then like towards the end, like the middle of me being 17, I kind of listened to the artists coming out of my city. I picked them out, like who's coming up, who's leading the way. What does my city sound like? Because before you blow up anywhere else, you gotta blow up in your city.
Amen.
You understand me? So I'm just like, what's the main two things? And I realized it was melodic and it was drill. But I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. When I was younger, I had songs singing. When I first met my manager, Gabi, I played him a song with me singing. So he could verify that I was singing at 14. Like, it's not like I just was more towards the bar for bar rap lyricism. But I transitioned because I realized, I'm like, all right, these artists are coming out. It's either drill or melodic. So I just said, let me sing more, but let me flip it. Let me do it my own way. Let me talk my shit the way that only I could do it. And that was pretty much it.
I agree. Now, you call yourself, él se llama El Príncipe de Nueva York, the Prince of New York. Did somebody put that name on you, or you decide, I'm gonna name myself the Prince of New York?
I made that my Instagram name. That was never even my name.
Okay.
So then when I went on TV, they thought that was my name, and they just started calling me that. I ran with it for a little bit, but the real name, I go by J.I. Like
J.I.
The whole Prince and King thing, I don't really care for that. Like,
okay.
I don't really want to establish myself with Prince and King, cause I see myself higher than that. You understand me? I'm a god, so I just feel like that whole Prince and King thing. I want people to know me for J.I.
J.I.
or J.I. the Dawn. You feel me? That's the new slogan.
J.I. the Dawn. I saw that on your Instagram.
Yes.
How you end up with Gabi? With the management that you got on right now.
One day he was getting robbed and I ran now. Dice
que el manager lo estaban asaltando y él fue y lo ayudó.
My little homie was smacking out. My uncle had knew him, and he had told my father about Gabi when I was 14. I had came off the TV show, and we had met up once. So we kind of like we was gonna work together, but I guess the time just wasn't right. You feel me?
Yes.
So I hit him up right after, like, when I turned 17, but a little bit afterwards, when I said, you know what, let me get the ball rolling. This was at this time I had mad like negative shit just taking over my mind. So I just said, you know, let me just try one more time, because at this point I wasn't really into the music stuff like that. But I just said, you know, let me just get back in it. Let me try to get my source back. And I had hit up Gabi, because at this time I didn't have a manager, and the time was right.
El pana está contando que yo le pregunté cómo él se encontró con el management que tiene hoy en día. Él estaba pasando por una situación negativa, hasta cierto punto almost quit music. You feel like you almost quit music. Y el Gabi es amigo de su papá y decidió una vez más intentarlo. And you trying, and then now I heard you because you made a song with Myke Towers. Myke Towers right now is one of the hottest singer in the island of Puerto Rico right now. And you made a song with Myke Towers called Spanglish. How was that connect?
Myke Towers, we had the connection through Gabi because Gabi had managed him previously.
Correct.
Myke Towers was already like a fan of my music. He showed me mad love.
I saw that on your Instagram, Myke Towers commenting.
Yeah,
showing you love.
He showed me mad love, and then he had just asked, hey, let's get a record with Jay. I said, perfect. I had a beat in mind already, so I sent it to him, and I kind of wanted him to take the lead for the hook. Okay. Usually, I do my hooks, but I'm just like, you know what? Let me have him do a hook, and then let's see where he goes with it. So he sent back the record, and I'm just like, oh, shit is over with.
Myke no fantasmea.
Yeah.
Is Myke your first artist from the island that you work with?
Well, Messia not Puerto Rican, right?
Messia is Dominican.
I have worked. He's the first Spanish artist I work with.
You with Messia? Saludo a Messia.
Yeah, Messia.
I know Messia very well.
That's my brother right there. But Myke Towers is the first Puerto Rican. Puerto Rican ex Puerto Rican. It's only right.
Okay, nice. Where do you see yourself going? Tienes ahora Spanglish. I know you dropped a few mixtapes, right? And you got this song popping right now. Music industry, as you well know, never sleep. This is almost like a 24/7. Where is J.I. going after Spanglish? Anything coming up? Any big project? Any album?
Listen, I got a good thing for spitting things into existence. You feel me? I'm real good at that. I spit this into existence. I'm here for a reason. I don't wanna Yeah, I just let my music speak for itself. You understand me? I feel like I'm gonna be here for a long, long time. I feel like people, whether or not you like me or not, you gotta get used to me because I don't plan on going nowhere. You understand me?
Yes.
But this is just the beginning of something beautiful. I definitely, in the future, I want to make a Spanish album. I want to be able to, you know what? I'm dominating the English charts. I'm dominating the English side. Let's go to the Spanish side. Let's show some love to my people real quick. And I feel like I already got the support from my people. My last video before Spanglish, I had the Puerto Rican flag on the truck. So it's like I'm not ashamed to represent who I am. As long as my people stand by me, that's all I need. You understand me?
Amen.
You feel me? Us versus everybody. That's how I see it. But it's like I just plan on really being bigger than what I am. I want to solidify my name. I want people to know that J.I. is I don't have a gimmick. You feel me? Nowadays artists have gimmicks. You got an artist, oh, he got a gimmick, he does my gimmick.
Un gimmick es como que el artista tiene su música, pero también hace algo como que cuidar, brincar de un avión o tirarse de un piso, no decir como la palabra payasada, pero hacer cositas además de cantar. El pana no quiere hacer nada de eso, lo que quiere es cantar y llevar su música, punto.
That's my gimmick. I just make good music, you know. I just want to continue to elevate and show the fans I'm different. That's really it.
I saw an interview that you did, and you mentioned that a little bit that I noticed from you is that you live by codes, by código, como decimos en Puerto Rico. I saw you say something that I like. You say you don't beef over girls with another your boys. You know what I'm saying? So it's the codes is something that you feel like they're instilled in you.
Of course, I feel like I grew up quickly. I mean, I stepped foot into the industry at a young age, so I was exposed to certain things that most kids my age usually aren't. So it's kind of like, I don't know, like, I feel like I'm too different. I'm around so many energies. I don't like involving my energy around other energies, because it's just like, it just ruins the aura and it ruins just the whole mood. For me, I'm the type of person, I just sit back and I observe everything. When it comes to just the codes, the way I carry myself, I feel like we all carry ourselves certain ways. I got morals, you understand me? I'm trying to.
Correct.
I'm not perfect. Don't get me wrong. Like I can't tell you that everybody has had a good in person. Came across me, had a good what's that word? You leave a good impression. I don't feel like I left a good impression. Yeah, not everybody. I don't feel like not everybody I left a good impression on, but. Like it's the whole process of living. You live and you learn, you grow. And
listen, I grew up listening to New York hip hop since I was a little kid, and hip hop, the New York and East Coast to me represent a lot. When I was told about you, I didn't know who you were. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm very deep in the Spanish community. I do listen to, English hip hop.
Yeah.
That's no doubt about it. And I say, wow, listen, this is a kid, Latino. Grew up in New York, bringing a new sound, trayendo un nuevo estilo, and I feel like New York needed, there's people in New York, Latinos making music. You mentioned Messia, right? And there's my boy Tali, there's my boy Lito Quirino. Lito Quirino is my boy. They're making music. But it's always good when a new sound come up. Pero who do you listen to? Who's leading New York in the hip hop community, in the English hip hop community? Who do you see that motivate you or make you want to do more?
As far as artists in New York.
In New York right now.
I mean, I feel like the head artists right now in New York, like the top artists. Obviously, you got Cardi, you got Nicki, and then you got A Boogie, you got R.I.P. Pop Smoke.
Pop Smoke.
Yeah, he was doing his thing. And then you got the younger cats, you got Lil TJ.
TJ, correct.
You got me.
And then you
got
coming up.
Artists like Jay Guapo. Then you got, as far as the drilling, and I haven't even mentioned the drilling. You got many artists, Ross Swish, Fabio 4, and that's just the drilling. There's so much talent coming out of New York. Chef G, Sleepy Hollow, all these artists. Like,
wow.
There's just a bunch of. You feel me? That's like I mentioned that earlier. You got the melodic lane and you got the drill.
Drills is something popping in New York right now.
That's Pop Smoke sound.
Pop Smoke, rest in peace. He just dropping new album.
Yeah, exactly. Fire out of here, #1. But it just goes to show you, New York, we got the two different sounds, but everybody doing anything. I'm happy for New York because it's like there's so much artists coming out.
Did you feel that 69 hurt New York scene when that happened?
listen, I whatever he did got nothing to do with me. You feel me? That's his situation. I feel like whatever he hurt, I don't know. I mean, I feel like he still got huge exposure. If you look at his numbers,
correct,
they didn't drop.
Okay.
His numbers went up. So it's, I don't
okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I got you. I got you. No, I got you. You respect, you know, whatever is going on in the other side. We worry about J.I. Appreciate your time.
Of course.
You know, and we will continue to stay in touch with Gabi, your manager.
Mm-hmm.
I like your sound. I posted yesterday a small clip of your video, and even though, you know, the followers of Travel Latino are like Spanish speaking, you know, I would not say 100, but I say about 90%. I saw a lot of good feedback. A lot good feedback. You know, I saw a lot of people saying el chamaquito la tiene. When you hear those words, it means that you got it. You know what I'm saying? So I noticed that a lot. You know, so we will continue to watch, you know, your career. We're gonna keep in touch with Gabi, and we will expecting you to come back to Puerto Rico and hopefully do more records with people in the island, PR, DR, South America. There's a big trap scene in South America, in Central America, and Spain. I noticed one of my boys, Pablo Chile. That's my boy in Chile.
Boy, yeah.
Any other artists in South America that you've been approached to?
Dali
DR. Dali from DR.
Dali?
Yeah.
She, no, the girl. No, Farina. What's her name?
Farina Spit.
Yeah, she's
Colombian.
Who else? Jay Cortez, of course. But yeah, I mean, as far as me coming across here, Jay Cortez. Farina, Pablo Chile.
Chucky 173. I noticed that he got New York also bumping with the trap scene.
Super. He was in one of my videos too. Like I said, I love and I'm a big fan. I'm gonna be real true. The only music I do listen to is Spanish music. Like, I listen to Spanish music before I listen to English music.
Okay, dude. So
I'm a big fan of the whole wave and the whole sound. Like, for real.
Listen, I always finish.
Record.
What's that? What's your favorite record?
Sigues con él.
Duro. Listen, in Puerto Rico, I go around the ghettos, right? They call it the caseríos, the residenciales, the projects. I talk to kids, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, that want to come up in the music industry. And I noticed that you have a few setbacks in your life. But here you are making music and want to keep going making music. If one of these kids come up to you, you know, either in Puerto Rico or back in New York, and they probably going through some situation that's similar to your situation, will you give them advice? And if you do, what advice will you give them?
I would tell them to be patient, not to be so hard on yourself. I feel like my biggest thing was I wasn't patient. And even when I came across Gabi, there was certain times where I'm like, yo, let's do this. Like, why can't we sign this deal? Let's sign with them. Why aren't they playing my record? I was impatient, you know. Another thing, I didn't really have the right team around me. At the end of the day, what I want to tell people is, regardless of what you want to do, if it's music, you want to be a doctor, you want to make bucks, it don't even matter. Go all the way with it. I feel like we live in a world and we live in a generation where almost anything is possible now. I agree. You see, in my opinion, I feel like there's way more artists coming out than back then. Back in the 90s, it was harder to come out. It was harder to be the top artist, you understand? You had to really have it. Nowadays, you got social media. It's a blessing and a curse at the same time, but getting back on subject, I just feel like whatever you do, go all the way with it. And at the end of the day, you got to believe in yourself before the whole world believe in you.
Amen. I agree. Yo, man, thank you for your time. Gabi, thank you for your time too. Every time you're in Puerto Rico, you know, hit us up. We're always out somewhere, and hopefully in the future I'll be able to see you perform also on stage. And thank you for your time, and we wish you nothing but the best. You know, you right now you are probably, you know, people see, oh, he's just beginning, but right now, even if you're beginning, you're already serving as an inspiration for kids that look at you, say, look at this young kid, he's making it, why I can't make it. You know, that's the way I see it. So once again, a pleasure. My name is Consul from Trap House Latino, and Gabi estuvo por ahí. Saludo a Omar también. Recuerden que algunas partes fueron en inglés, van a ver subtítulos, o tranquilos, los van a poder leer aquí abajo. El cónsul, bendiciones.